All right, hello, welcome to Bathurst. Waiting for the timer that is currently at 0 to switch to 15 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be 15-minute quali session, unlimited laps, and then we go to race 1, hopefully. I know that most of people are still watching, okay, quali, here we go. Are still watching WEC and maybe the special events in the Le Mans Ultimate. Where is the... Is this the line? I don't even know which line. I have to wait before. What should I say? Gonna be fun. Missed a bit of strong FFB and slip angles after driving LMU. But this is quite nice. Oh, yeah, so it's private quali. Copy. Thought it's gonna be open. Now let's get rid of the radar. Radar off. Need to remember not keep it off for the race. Hi Logi, hi Joao. Let's have some fun. So last time I raced here was probably the iRacing special event, the fateful special event. Until then everything was going alright in iRacing. After that the whole iRacing plan started disassembling. Yeah, what was it? Split 4 in iRacing special event. We went from, well, I went from the start from qualifying P35 out of 60 cars to the lead in 2 hours and a half in the rain, and then I binned it out of the lead. Well, hopefully no such thing gonna happen to me. I mean, yeah, I will be using all 4, but you will see I'll be skipping gears a little bit. The Pontiac has kind of a weak engine compared to the Mustangs and the Barracudas and Camaros and so on. But still, it's better to not waste time shifting, and the power curve is quite flat. Right. Attempt number 1. And it's just gonna be single shot outings, I think. Straight from first to third. I'm kind of... I hope I'm not gonna miss some gears. Corners to apexes missed already. Great. Another apex missed. What am I doing? Quite some room to improve. Engine. across the line with a 20.3. That was a bit off what I can do. Well, P1 for now. Fresh engine, fresh tire, fresh car, let's go. So at Adelaide we had Stolze and Gade absolutely running away with tire temps, and you will see how crazy the surface overheats when going full push. I'm actually quite confused, like the fronts are crazy, like the more you turn, the more they grip. And so it feels like it's good to minimize the sliding to some extent. Well, this corner here is massive understeer, so you just need to get the apex, rotate. Yeah, if I go on throttle it just goes straight. I think same issue as when I drove in iRacing. So it's not car related or sim related, it's just nature of track pulling away from you. Okay, yeah, I would hope I can do a mid-19. Let's see. A bit better, still a bit too sideways. The delta in the middle of monitor is not delta to my PB of session, but overall PB. Just confused myself looking at it. So my overall PB was 19.6. I hope I can replicate that. Could have gone first gear. No, one. Actually, wait. One more attempt. So let me just actually add a bit more cooling and a bit more fuel. And then I can do a double. The fuel doesn't really have much effect with these heavy cars. Hardcore simulator. Yeah, no problems feeling stuff here. You can feel everything. But it's a bit broken still. Like, LMU is of course on the opposite side of things compared to this, but this just has way too much grip. But I mean, it's based on the good old, what was it called? Houston Dissenter from ISI. Such a nice car, but it feels like it has just twice too much grip. P3. I don't know. I don't know if pole position is realistic. I would have to nail the lap, absolutely nail it. And then, you know, slipstream out of turn 1 is nice. I think I'm lacking, I don't know, 40 horsepower compared to the Mustangs. I think they are Mustangs, Gate and Stolz. Pit limit 360. Well, was it 360? I think it was 540 in some session. Wait, oof. Oh, I'm gonna even miss the extra lap, I think. I miscalculated my timing. Anyway, that's fine. Not like we are doing heavy. Ah, that was messy. No. Ah. It's difficult. Right, I have 3/10 to gain still in this game. Nah, I don't have it. No! And qual is over. I had 310. So the delta, like the delta is comparing to my 19.6 that I did in practice. And I was 2/10 faster than that, so if I could carry the perfect lap till the end, well, not perfect, just clean lap, I would be matching Gate now in P1. Okay. Buffering. Well, I don't know. Hope that's not the case, but I've heard that last time as well, but when I checked again the stream, there was no buffering. It was just, the stream was super smooth. So I don't know. I don't know what's the problem. CPU, well, CPU is not anywhere close to being fully loaded, of course. NVIDIA, not either. In RF2, I don't have problems with that. So I don't know. Yeah, anyway. Let's turn back the radar. Where is the radar? On. Well, I mean, FFB, where is my FFB? There you go. Try to feel a bit of more slip angle after the P3. But P3 is nice. I can do something with P3. Stolz with 0.2. I could not have done 0.2. 0.4 and 0.2 for them. Oof. Well, at Adelaide, they were much faster in the quali, but in the race, they were not that quick. Yeah, that's the slip angle. on drift tires, it's not on the race tires. Although I don't have a drift setup. Okay. Load the sprint race setup. And let's hope the server actually moves to the correct race procedure now. Adelaide was a bit messy. It's fine now. Okay. Well, I think GP Labs is streaming the same thing now as well. Where is Mr. Jake P13? If my stream goes to shit, then you can watch him, of course. Although I guess most of you are probably looking at him as well. Warm-up. I forgot warm-up exists. Yeah, I think it's opened. Yeah. Thank you, Joao. I measured the temps before a little bit. Actually, what's the air temp here? 20. Wait, no, that's not air temp. Air temp is it is 22, of course. With 17. Okay, let's go extra click. I tested at 17 Celsius. And 35 was just about fine. Okay then, warm-up time. I kind of appreciate LMU not having warm-up. But at the same time, or AC or iRacing or whatever. So great to have HRSC still alive, or even more alive than ever. That Bentley logo on the walls, like it's so similar to the Genesis logo. At least from a bit of a distance. I'm just looking at the secondary monitor and I think the colors are a bit off, although that secondary monitor is very bad on colors. So I don't know. If I increase the saturation, I think it's gonna be too much. Are they doing a practice start? Wait for me! I need to absolutely nail turn 1 and upshift, otherwise I will get eaten alive. 330 ETCC, so that's the only good touring car in rFactor 2, right? I don't know, I don't think there is anything crazy there. I remember doing a setup for the BMW TC car for Long Beach. It wasn't anything special. Okay, let's see how this feels in traffic. Oh yeah, that's very easy one to do. Because with the slip angle that you're carrying through there, the rear will just smack the barrier. Whoa! Bit of a brake check, all good. Pulling the rFactor 2 proverbial handbrake. I mean, I can check if I still have the BMW setup saved somewhere. It felt good around Long Beach. Oof. Nice. Ow. Let me... Wait, I'm gonna be P3, so we're gonna be going 60 here. And then Casper is gonna decide where to go. Let's see here. I think I just skip first gear. No time to downshift, or upshift and downshift. Okay. And if he goes early, then I need to go second. Right. Dear rFactor 2, dear server, do correct things now, please. Yeah, feel free to ask in Discord. I don't even have rFactor 2 chat. Maybe I should. It's gonna be 8-lap race with 1-lap manual formation. Braking and accelerating. What do you mean? Dodge will be a problem on the start. I'm kind of counting that people are gonna all upshift from first to second, and I'll be staying in first, and then I'm better into the first apex. Let's see. For the rolling start, I mean, we are all just going 60 kph, so I don't think there is any science in it. So it's gonna be manual formation. We do not bolt it from here. We do a slow start. The blue Mustangs. I hope I can fight. I hope I can fight them. And I hope I can then... Like, there is the second quali session, remember. After this sprint race, we have one... Like, a single shot quali that decides the grid for the feature race, for the 40-minute race. I hope I can do the mid-19 in that single shot. Let's see. But would be nice to be able to challenge the Mustangs for once. I have gridded, thank you. So I was on the left side, yeah. Inside 41. But if they pull away and I cannot catch them at all, I'll start crying about Bob. Right, so the starting position or starting area is on the main straight, or like on the start-finish straight, and the leader can decide when to go. So let me go left, not to confuse people behind. I think they said 80 to 100 kph here, and then 60 into the last corner. Headlights on, honk on. Yep. First gear is a bit, it's a bit long. I hope it's gonna work out. The power curves are quite flat and the shifts take long, so right, from the bridge onwards we can get the start. Alright. Slipstream. Straight to third. And defend. Good, very good. Now I should have advantage in the sweeping corners. Yeah, he struggled across the mountain. Whew. I do have massive advantage in the brakes. But I have nothing on the straight. A bit of understeer. If I nail that corner, I would be maybe close enough for a very powerful tow. Although I don't know what I would do with that tow anyway. Pulling away from the guys behind, that's nice. Nice. But I'm still too far. My oil temp is actually high. Maybe the dirty air? Well, it's a short race, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, the dirty air affects the engine temps, of course. I think the critical temp is 113 and then it starts smoking at 116. It's gonna be difficult. But he goes very sideways. Quite intriguing. In the long run, in the feature race, he will quite destroy the rears. the horsepower difference. Oof. Well, 4 to go. Ah, now I went to sideways. And I do need to open up the radiator a lot more for the feature race. No smoking yet. Maybe it smokes at 117. I don't know how to get closer. This is quite close. small touchy. Could have been a greater touchy because this is Trans-Am from 70s. Or was it 60s? 70s, I think. No grip. One to go. Just need to find an inside somewhere. He's gonna get me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Stop! There is no grip. There was no grip. Okay, I still have some gap, I think. I don't have gap. That was bad. Ay, ay, ay. Do I have brakes? Barely. What happened there? And a crrr before? Across the line before. Okay. Alright. Well, that wasn't best. That was great fun. Can we actually escape? I think we can. This was a good move, like the proper Trans-Am move, like just go with speed into the corner, into the barrier a bit, bounce off Casper. Yeah, engine swap. I was like, I'm much better on the brakes, I'm just gonna carry more speed. I mean, I didn't have more space on the right, but yeah, the rear goes. Then I'm like, uh-oh, I am not putting this back to the road. And then I brake, but this gravel, like this, did absolutely nothing to slow down the car. Look, it's just... This gravel is broken. Just couldn't stop it. Yeah, this is where I should have lifted. Just a bit earlier. Okay, all good. All good, all good, all good. And what happened then for P... Who was that? It's P2, P3? So it's Mikael and Nils. Mikael goes for it. Turns him around. And then he has to wait for him. Yeah, of course, he will wait for him. Reverses and then... Funny timing. His engine was gone. Oh! Ah. And that was Jake, GP Labs. Oh, he had a massive battle of his own. Bonk. That was nice. And what about the start? What? Why is it not moving? Ah. The start worked well. Brake bias. Yeah, that was just way too late. Okay. P3 to P2 to P1, P5 to P4. I'll take it. Back to quali setup. And let's also load the race setup for race 2 and just remove any tape. I don't want to smoke again. Is the server going? There we go. Right, so now we get second qualifying. It's single shot quali, 5-minute session, I think. And then feature race, 16 laps. Would be nice to get a good lap in. But at least we know that the Pontiac is on pace. If I was ahead, I think I could stay ahead. Ooh, I can feel my muscles, my shoulders. This is quite... I think the steering wheel is a bit further than normally as well. So I'm kind of stretched a bit more. Finishing this session. Okay. So 5-minute practice, single shot quali, 5-minute warm up, and then 40-minute race. Well, I'll take it as quali practice. Yeah, that was the rFactor line. If I didn't get the understeer on the exit. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space. My car is a bit understeer, I think. And then in some corners the rear snaps. Yeah, Joao, I did it. I saved the setup. I'm gonna check again. I saved the feature race setup with fully open red. I don't want to smoke in the race, of course. Yeah, that's too deep. Way too deep. But for this corner, like, if I can stay in second and get that kind of drift and do this, and then the second gear is long enough or short enough. Let's see how I feel like on the front lap. Yeah, I need to brake earlier, of course. Okay, that was too much. So what was it? 19.2 for Casper. Let's assume that was just the best ever lap that he has done in his life, and now he's gonna do 19.6, and then I can do a front row, maybe. Or maybe I'm just gonna fully smash the wall. Fun to watch all these different cockpits. I guess past 6 hours is already done. When did it start? 13. PET. Maybe. Five minutes quali. Here we go. I'll just do single. It is single hot lap, yeah. I'll do full grille, less fuel. And radar off. And do the classic rFactor to outlap as slow as possible. And if anyone is missing Ross from Traction, my teammate, and the reason that I have a pink stuff on my car, well, he cannot drive today, but he'll be back next time, hopefully. I think around 3 should be Road America. Gonna be fun with slipstreaming. The tire goes 160 in an instant. What a boat. Alright, single shot quali. We need mid-19s. I'll do probably 20.0, but let's see.
grass. No. Gonna be a 19.9, which is nice. Gonna take it. So, yeah, Casper, point for you. I would not have beaten that with perfect lap. And Mikhail Gade coming. Ooh, Gade messed up. Alright. Time to load the race setup. Grilla is fully open. Fuel should be fine. Well, that's mostly it. 2 Firebirds coming up, but I don't think they will beat me. Yeah, now what? I will be on the right side next to Casper. Mikhail will be on the left, and he will have a better launch than I. And he will steam into turn 1, take the apex. Not going to be easy. I'm missing an intense spy race. Well, guess I'll watch the highlights later. I mean, you know, I skipped the VMS Pro stream because F1 race, but I'm doing random rFactor historic race during past 6 hours WEC, which is kind of even more important for LMU. But I didn't want to skip this. Too much fun. Yes, we are all waiting Mr. Smith to box. Nils as well. Should be a 3-minute quali session, not a 5-minute. I thought there was something on my screen, but it's this metal wire. Look at that. Metal wire on the bonnet. That's a funny addition. And on the back as well. It's funny. But big gaps, I didn't expect such big gaps, to be honest. Well, wanted to say race time, but I think it's gonna be warm-up time again. I think my steering wheel is not fully straight. No, it is. I think it's just the car or the track being a bit off.
Yes, we are moving. Oh, invisible wall. Who would expect it? We are voting our way through. Wow. Interesting. So 16 laps plus 1 manual formation. Oh, I hope Mikkel and Kasper are not together in a voice chat. I have not done any NASCAR leagues yet. Well, actually I've done Formula Sim Racing, which had like a NASCAR winter series. That was great fun. Just thinking, did we have also some street tracks? Or it was just ovals? No, it was good fun. But it was like nobody was really a NASCAR fan, we just like to try to go quick in ovals. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Have I turned on the radar? Nope. Radar on. Radiators open, of course. Manual formation. And I don't have force feedback, so let me reset it. Okay, it's back. I don't want to be on the outside for T1. One day I will have the car that's faster on the straight. Maybe the Valkyrie for a PMS Pro final at Le Mans will be good on the straight. Just thinking, like today I have the slower car. Genesis at LMU was slow on the straight compared to the Ferraris. Thank you, Logi. I mean, honestly, I would be up for like a well-organized NASCAR league, but the problem is that these NASCARs that are available in rFactor 2, they are just like 10 seconds per lap too quick. They're just very, very bad mods, or not mods even, it's like official car, I think. Or like done by ISI or even by Studio 397. But it's just way too grippy. And then it's a bit broken. Right, so we will roll by the Bentley logos that look like exactly like Genesis logo. Or Aston Martin logo actually. Funny choices. And this time I am on the right for the start, so yeah. Good that the window is very open, the visibility is great, so I can be like this at the start, quite far. He's gonna give slipstream to Gade in P3. Out of T1. Okay, anyway. Let's have a nice one. Ah! Oh! Nice. Absolutely zero acceleration on the start. Well, off we go. Thank you to Franek for the horsepower. Now I have a Mustang that's in a slipstream of another Mustang. Oi, oi, oi. Car just stops carring there very late on the exit. Exactly same behavior as in iRacing with the modern GT3s. I need to cool it down. So sporadic in the mirror, and I decreased my brake input. The engine sound, I think it's best on Camaro on the Firebird. It's a bit meh on some other cars. Alright. A bit of a gap behind. Oh, wrong gear. Wanted to go. Didn't want second gear before. That was a lockup. Yeah, I have this problem on the entry, it's a bit oversteery. So I turn in a bit more to prevent that oversteer. And then somehow at some point I just get this kick of understeer. But it's quite loose on the entries, despite locking up the fronts. Don't really know what to do with setup on these cars to fix it. Quite a lot. Wrong gear. I'm lacking half a second. Well, 4/10 on one straight, 4/10 on the other straight, and then I gain 3 in the corners. That was a wall. Genesis get first waypoint, alright. Sounds good. Yeah, wow, okay. That's great news. Sounds like the race was really good one to watch. Where here? Ah, okay. We cut. Engine is still alive, that's the most important. I think I went to 5th, but the car doesn't have 5 gears. Wanted to go 4th to 3rd. Went 4th to 5th. Suddenly I was in 1st. Ay, 2 seconds gone. Well, dear HRSC, Bob, please. This is a bit too slow. Track limit. What is a track limit in Trans-Am in the 70s? The track limit concept is not developed yet.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to do it. Did I gain time? I mean, I lost 2 seconds before. Let's not repeat it again. They would say in the 70s, why should we do the chicane if there is asphalt road on the left that just goes straight? I mean, I'm still 8/10 off. While I was in slipstream of Mikhail, I was kind of able to stick with them. Because of slipstream was worth like 2 to 3 tenths each straight. But now I don't have anything. Someone tell server admin to set mass to the Mustangs. Set mass 50 or whatever, plus 50. What's the command? Maybe not 50, but plus 20 will do the job. Maybe actually 50 is needed. For me to catch them. I'm lacking a full second now. Oh, that's painful. I wonder how much the radiator not being covered is slowing me down. I think it's quite a significant value on these cars. Well, I have not tested, it's just out of experience from the past. But obviously now without dirty air, I wouldn't need opened radiators. They are still keeping the 20.7s. Insane. Yeah, this is the race for P3 now, raced against the lap times. Baranek might get me, but it will be 6 to go. It's a 4-speed. But I'm kind of skipping gears because it's a lot of time waste if I take every gear. So I just tuned the gears according to my needs. That was a very clean lap. .6, okay. now if I ever mention bot, they will say, well, you can do the lap times, just keep doing them, right? I mean, they did 20.2 before. Hello, Herman. Yeah, I mean, the thing is... Yeah. It's still quite powerful, the second gear. I tried different... I actually worked mostly on the gear ratios. I just took like a baseline setup for this car that I have, as I've done one season with this car already in the past. And I just adjusted the track bar for the balance. And then I adjusted the gear ratios because it was quite important. And I figured out, even out of, like, I'm gonna show you now. Like, just staying second gear through whole this section just works quite well. You never lack any power. It's always a bit sideways. And then even here, like, I'm gonna keep second gear now. You can do this, and then the delta goes a bit bad, but then you don't have to upshift. And then just go straight to fourth. Well, now the delta is showing not gap to the fastest lap of the race, but the gap to my overall practice fastest lap, so this was actually like really good. So even if I made the engine be for longer time in the peak RPM range on the exits, I would not really gain anything. .3, did I mess it that much? But yeah, now it doesn't feel like it's bogging down, but if the rear was just under the limit, it would feel like I don't have enough power to accelerate. But of course, it's the Pontiac that I have being, I don't know, 40 horsepower down. I would actually need to check the actual difference. It's a bit lighter and weaker. It's not enough lighter to be competitive, at least against the Mustangs. Really, the only chance for me to battle the Mustangs was just to always keep in the slipstream and then just do a madman move somewhere. They actually battled Gade and Stolze. Is it Gade or Gade? I don't know how they spell it in Danish. But they swapped positions. Where I'm from Slovenia. You? Ah, Korea, alright. Well, congrats for 1 point for Genesis, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think I just need to bring this home without going too sideways. P1 and P2, even if the battle, they are teammates, they will not do anything crazy. And then Branek and Nils behind don't seem to have the pace to catch me. I'm really looking forward to watching the WEC highlights. I watched or followed a bit the first half of the race, but then I had this to prepare for. Almost missed the gear now. Mad race at the end, alright. It was a proper Le Mans Ultimate finish in the end, despite LMU not having the yellow flags and so on. Well, full course yellows, safety cars, VSC. Two laps to go. I mean, I'm looking forward to doing the Le Mans Ultimate Special, the 6 hours of Spa next weekend. With the Genesis, of course. Should be a bit more on pace compared to ERL, of course. Okay. Although Spa has quite long straights, and at Le Mans last time when I streamed, well, I streamed 2 days ago, right? Yeah, the Le Mans races. Lacked top speed. I hope that's not gonna be a problem at Spa. But they will replicate real life weather, so it's gonna be a sunny race. So actually, what I was thinking, maybe we will have tire temperature issues. Come on! A bit of land, what's it called? Grass mowing. Yeah, whatever. Last lap. No, wait. Is this? Yeah, it's gonna be last lap. It's not time limited, it's laps limited. I keep getting scared when watching the timer. The timer is just... like it's whatever it's first. Timer 0 or 17 laps. Hi Daniela, you mean about Studio 397 and MSG? Yeah, we waiting for next month to see any potential news. Yeah. Okay. Tire a bit gone.
About realistic physics, well, my idea is that it's a bit difficult. So rFactor 2, I think, would be fantastic. Of course, Le Mans Ultimate is upgrade of rFactor 2 with more code and more physics features that can be added. But that has not been fine-tuned and adjusted properly. So I think LMU is not that realistic at the moment. Like GT3s in LMU, they feel like, I don't know, like to me they feel like nobody would buy them in real life if they handled like that. Nobody would drive those cars because it's just too dangerous. Rear snaps too much and the front just has zero bite, zero grip. The hypercars, I guess LMU has the best hypercars around, but still the response of the front is just broken. It drives differently than in real life. I'm not happy with physics in LMU, but to me LMU is the least bad of all the sims. I think iRacing is just completely broken and fully wrong. The way that you have to drive it, like especially the brakes, and it's mostly about the brakes anyway. The way that you have to slowly increase the pressure and reach the peak point even more towards the apex than towards the start of the braking zone. Anyway, we cross the line, we take the P3. That will do it. P1 and P2 was just impossible with the pace difference. But yeah, what I want to say, AC, so Assetto Corsa, I think some cars in Assetto Corsa that I tried, despite much more simple physics, they're fine-tuned to absolute perfection. So if you're on the racing line just doing hot laps, it's gonna feel amazing. Then if you're racing and if you hit curbs wrong and if you touch other cars and the net code it's very bad compared to rFactor 2, let's say, or Le Mans Ultimate. So I don't know, to me, like I'm stuck between Le Mans Ultimate and rFactor 2. I like to do both for now. Of course, LMU is much more popular, and I do enjoy it. Like it's still possible to set up LMU cars in a way that it's fun to drive, that it's neutral, that it handles well in the long run, that it's consistent. But it lacks something on the tire side. BeamNG, well, I'm yet to test it in like race scenarios as a circuit racing sim. But yeah, as for Le Mans Ultimate, I think it would be able to generate by far the best tire, or like best physics, best feeling. But it's just so complex that nobody really understands what's going on, and they are trying, but of course physics team, or like the whole team, is kind of relatively small, and keep updating tire model every time is a bit of a waste of resources as well. It was more important to bring up some top tier tracks, good cars, like good models, like fix the game to have no bugs anymore. Then I hope in half a year or so, I don't know when, like they suddenly realize, well, now we have time and resources to work on the tires again. But I believe if it was the physics team calling for decisions, it would be a bit better. But I think the higher ups are scared of what the majority of LMU players will say about the tires, that they are too difficult or anything, or that something doesn't feel good. I mean, honestly, they are very difficult at the moment. Either very difficult or very understeery. Ooh, overtake 500. Indy. I would like to do it. I need to figure out, like, I need to decide about it, what to do. I'm waiting for some answers from my new team, GMR Esports.
We added 25 brake pressure to drive GT3s on high. I mean, it's just like the way that you have to apply the brake in iRacing. It's completely unrealistic. I cannot. I don't want to do it. If it wasn't for that, it would actually be quite fun. But nah, they have to fix a lot of stuff. It feels a game from 2005, and it is a game from 2005, and they are yet to convince me. Feels like a chore driving iRacing every time. Anyway, let me just quickly check what happened here, and then we call it a day. And I think weather next week is gonna be bad, so I'm not going swimming, but I stay at home and I do LMU setups and LMU streams. Like I was flat out, there was nothing. So thank you to Franek, much appreciated. I really needed the bump. Yeah, then I couldn't do anything, and then I messed up this exit, right? Yeah, so it was like very good entry, perfect line, the rear was rotating, I hit the apex beautifully. The rear was still rotating, and then suddenly the front just said, no, I'm going straight. And that was my any chance of P2 at least fully over. Anyway, Baldwin said it's more similar to ERL. So, you know, like we have a couple of ERL drivers. I've heard feedback of a couple of real life drivers, including my teammate Jesper. Like he did a lot of real life racing and like coaching and taxi laps in race cars. But he drove like lighter formulas. He drove V8 supercars. He drove GT3s, just like shortly before going other way. He said LMU, like the way that it handles it, just like rFactor 2 is much more what real cars feel like, so I can only trust him. And many other ERL drivers say that something is wrong. But in a way, in one way it's more realistic, in the other way it's just off. Anyway, I'm off to see the highlights of WEC, although I guess WEC is a bit slower producing highlights compared to F1. F1 highlights are done like 3 minutes after the winner crosses the line. Logi, 100%. Yeah, okay, yeah, I mean, but the problem is about the input that you have to do in iRacing. It's not about the peak pressure. It's just this slow ramp up. You know, like this is time. This is brake input. In real life, you do this and then trail off, or if you do GT3, you do this and kind of hover like about like kind of ABS and then trail off. In iRacing you need to do this. Actually this. And then you go back on throttle, right? Gently. So yeah, this is broken. I cannot respect iRacing before they fixed it. And it's literally a couple of tenths per lap if you do it, so just easy time, easy lap time by doing completely wrong inputs. Yeah, I mean iRacing in a way it feels good, but I think even Max Verstappen, like he was a lot into iRacing, but he just stopped using it. I heard something along the lines that iRacing for him, like he couldn't really attack
the corners or the brakes or whatever like he can in real life, and he stopped enjoying it. Now he's mostly in Assetto Corsa with mod. So yeah, I don't know. Like iRacers will say their own stuff, but when you watch how pros in iRacing drive, I don't care how it is to drive 2 seconds of pace. It can be good. It can be enjoyable, but the moment you try to get lap time out of the tires in iRacing, it just becomes horrendous, and it just need to do 500 laps to feel anything, or to do anything, to get the feeling, yeah. But yeah, AC, if you do AC with like great mods, it can feel amazing, of course. It has to just be fully fine-tuned. Anyway, maybe I do some AC later in the year. I was thinking of doing some, like there is this historic, like kind of a big organization with just historic racing. I might do endurance at like the Petit Le Mans with like 30-year-old GT3s, like Viper V10 and so on, maybe. I wanted to try. Yeah, Daniela, like that. Anyway, I go. Let's see, maybe I do a stream midweek. If the weather goes sunny, we go to seaside. Otherwise, I do Spa, Genesis setup, and a bit of streaming during the week maybe as well. Alright, well, thank you again for watching, for chatting, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.